start in a child's pose. So for those of you that are listening, some of you are ready. Some of you not so much. You're just here to socialize and hang out. Look at all the hugs. Look at all the love. This is just so sweet, right? Yeah, absolutely. Morning. All right. So we're going to start in child's pose. Yes, I will. And please intentionally make this an active child's pose, not passive. So arms are forward, elbows are lifted, palms are flat, fingers are spread. Feel like you have down dog arms, right? Yeah. You don't have to do it, it's just a suggestion. Everything I say is optional. Coming here is on your own free will. So you only do what I say if you want to, you know? Look how many of us had free will this morning, and look where we ended up. It's pretty amazing. So active arms, active handprints, and then use the handprints. If you push a little bit into the mat, you might feel your hips go back. And so as you're pushing the hips back, can you draw the tailbone down and sort of stretch a little bit into the glutes? Let's try to put forehead on the ground so that we're not turning the neck. Elbows are lifted, arms are strong here. Shoulders relax back and down. So the shoulder blades might be pulling into your back as your arms extend out of your body. There's a push-pull going on. Yeah. And then I want you to really purposefully tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone and come up into a cat stretch. So the hands stay where they are, tuck and round. So you'll be in a round and curl right here. And then keep pushing your back ribs up toward the sky. And then just start to draw the tailbone a little closer to your heels. So just move back a couple of inches. Stretch into that low back. So stay in the cat stretch, nice and round, but tailbone tucking and moving a little bit toward the heels. Move back a couple of inches. You guys feel how that changed? The stretch in the spine. Chin is tucked, tailbone is tucked. Moving back now. Lift your head, lift your tailbone, move your chest through your arms. Come into cow pose. It's just a slow motion cat-cow. You guys are all overthinking, right? So move the chest through the arms, lift the crown of your head, lift the tailbone. Take a deep breath here, and then start to tuck and round and move back just a little bit. Slow motion, cat-cow. Then on the inhale, come forward, arching the back, and then rounding the back as you move back on the exhale. Do 2 more rounds like that. Just see if you can feel the coordination of breath and movement. Yeah, good morning. And then on the last one, we're going to cross our ankles and then have a seat behind our feet. So simple cross legs, Sukhasana. Cross the ankles, kind of sit back, kind of jump over your feet a little bit, and then sit down. So we're in simple cross legs. Put your hands on your knees, and then start to do your dancing lion here from a seated position. So the dancing lion is really kind of slow and deliberate, and we're working to articulate all of the different bones. So your head, your neck, your shoulders, your rib cage, your whole spine all the way down into the pelvis. So close your eyes. I think you'll be less inhibited by the movement. And then just let yourself really kind of swirl around. And feel it. Feel where the tension is. Try to discover where the tension is and try to move through it. Simple cross legs here. It's easier to move that way. Circling in one direction, that you also give yourself a chance to circle in the other. And we're just waking up the body. Just making sure that all that movement is making you feel a little better, making you a little more aware. We'll take just like one more good swirl around, and then we'll find the center. Right there. Hold center, hold your head up high. On your heart. Keep your right hand on your own leg. ground beside you. And take a couple of deep breaths. What a magnificent morning. We are surrounded by incredible energy right now. Make sure you're breathing in this fresh, beautiful, cool air. We don't have it all year round in Florida. Don't let it be taken for granted. Feel that coolness of the breeze on your skin. And just take a moment to get a little more clear about your intention. What got you out of bed on this beautiful day? What drew you to the mat or to this park? I think when we do our yoga, it's really important to think about the why. And so for a moment, we just think about, why am I here? What do I need? What do I want to do? How do I want to express? And then when you get clear about why you're doing it, you can actually make every breath and every movement connected to that. So that this practice becomes an expression of that intention, and not just calisthenics, not just acrobatics, but actually the manifestation of this thought that you're having right now. It actually becomes something real that is existing in real time. Reach your arms up high to the sky, and then go ahead and forward fold right here. Just fold over your legs. Let your head down for a moment, and then slowly walk both hands over to the right so your chest goes over toward the right knee. And again, push your hands into the floor to make sure you keep your left sit bone grounded. It makes a little bit longer line to stretch. And again, this is active arms. So we want to move our chest over our right knee. We'll walk your hands off the mat. Yeah, there you go. We push into the hands so that we stay grounded in the sit bone. So as you walk through the center, keep your hand pins strong. Keep your sit bones grounded, your tailbone grounded, and walk your way over to the left side, drawing your chest over your left knee. Let your head down, and make sure you're keeping that right sit bone on the ground. And so we're stretching and opening up the right side of the back and into the glutes. So you want to kind of feel where the sensations are. That's it. Find our way back to center, and with your hands grip the mat a little bit and pull yourself back up into tabletop. Yep. Pull yourself back up into tabletop, tuck your toes under, and then float your knees off the mat. So the knees float, they hover just for a moment. And then nice and easy, don't move your hands or your feet, just straighten your legs and move into a short down dog. Let the head down, let the hips high, and then come back into your floating table. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. The hips are the same height as the shoulders. Yep, and then again, super slow motion. Go into down dog. It's a little short, but keep it that way. And then go ahead again, come into your floating table. See if you can find some grace here. See if you can actually notice that you're using your strength. And then one more time, take it into that short down dog. And then walk your hands back to your feet. So lightly walk with the hands. Find your way so your weight is in your footprints. And then soften your knees and roll up like a rag doll, which means that the head comes up last. The belly is strong. The legs are squeezing. And then you stand up tall. Lift and roll the shoulders back. Good morning. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the inhale. Let's walk out into a plank pose. So plank obvious we're using our strength. Let's unplug the right toes from the mat. Just lift the right leg a little bit and then pull the right knee to the right elbow. Keep looking forward. You don't have to look at your knee to do that. You can keep the line of the spine really long and then go ahead and step back into down dog. Hips high, head low. Try not to use your hands and wrists so much, right? You want to push the floor away like we did in child's pose and like we did in that cross leg forward fold. We're using the hands to push back. And then come forward again into plank, big handprints. Spread those fingers out, lift the left leg, and then we're going to draw the left knee to the left elbow. Yeah, keep that head high, keep that gaze forward. The chest feels broad and strong, and the arms are pushing the floor away. And then we go back to downward facing. Both feet on the ground. Go ahead and paddle your feet. Move through your toes, your ankles, your knees, and your hips. So when your right knee bends, your right hip goes a little lower. When your left knee bends, your left hip goes lower. It's not just knee bending, it's hip movement. It's SI joint loosening. Yeah. And then as you press back into your feet, start to walk your hands lighter this time, like a cat. Pull in the belly, keep a little bit of your weight back in your feet, and lightly walk toward the back of the mat. Lift halfway on the inhale, let's fold on the exhale. And then bend your knees about 90 degrees and reach your arms behind you. We'll start there, it's a little more compact. I want you to drop your hips a little lower than your heart, so think about that when you're organizing your body. Could you draw the tailbone down and not spread so much? Like, can you refine the work? Pull the lower belly in. Feet are hip distance apart here. The arms are higher than your body and you're not leaning on your legs. It's a smart idea. Yeah. But I'm on to you. Yeah. So try not to rest the belly on the thighs. Lift the chest. Yes. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Alright, I think we're doing pretty good here. Let's squeeze the shoulder blades back more. Take the roundness out of your back and then lift the pose up on your toes. Reckoning in this moment. Just be with it. Feel all those little fluctuations. Don't run from them. And then we're going to sink the heels back down, sweep the arms up, and come to standing. Oh, right there. Take a little stretch. At the top, open up the front of the body, and then bring your hands to hips. And then, how are we doing so far? Not mad at the teacher yet? Okay. Inhale, arms reach. High. Drop your right arm down by your right side. Take a little stretch over to the left. Did I say it wrong? Yeah, I said it wrong. Because I'm looking at that and I'm doing what you're doing. Alright, so right fingers are walking down the leg. Left arm is reaching for the sky. Straighten the right elbow. Pull with your fingers. Now, take that left hand and turn the palm forward and up and then really reach out of your hand. Good. Then come all the way back down. Switch sides. Left arm down, right arm up. That right arm is working. The elbow is straight. It's reaching. Look up at it. Upward energy. We look the direction of our movement. So if your chin is tucking toward your chest, tip your ears back a little. Open it up, Martin. Martin, pull your head back for me. Yeah, look up at your fingers. And then turn the palm forward and out. Just kind of stretch a little bit more through the heel of the hand. And then we come back to center. Alright, inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale. We're going to walk forward into plank pose. Good, we lower down nice and slow. Lay it onto the belly. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Alright, give yourself a couple of breaths here. Same kind of action with the hands. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, push back a little. And then exhale, look forward. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Exhale, fold. With a flat back, we rise all the way up to standing. Reach the arms high. And then exhale, hands to the heart center. Again, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. When you're ready, we're going to push back on one more breath. And then look forward. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. With a flat back, we rise again. Lift the head and chest. Reach the arms high. And then bring your hands right to your heart. Pause for a moment. Just breathe. Notice how you feel. Remember that intention. Now in this last round of Surya Namaskar A, I want you to imagine that you are actually being what it is that you came here to do, right? On your inhale, reach your arms high. On your exhale, forward fold. Fold deeply. Lift halfway on the inhale. We step lower down. Make sure you're using your muscles. Inhale for the back bend of your choice. I'm seeing a lot of different variations. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. No rush today. Pushing back just a little. And then on your last inhale, give a little more push. And on the exhale, look forward and travel to the top of the mat. Take your time. Lift halfway on the inhale. Fold deeply on the exhale. Now bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. So we did a half chair in the back of the mat. Here's a full expression of chair pose with your feet together. The big toes are touching. The knees separate a tiny bit. Try not to squeeze the knees in. This is a feeling of desperation, right? This is strength, right? So we want to have a little, even if a piece of paper could be between there. The legs are strong enough to work independently. Yes. Now push through your footprints. Come on up. Stretch long and tall through your body. Make it feel good. And then bring your hands to your heart. All right. Inhale, chair. One breath. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. We'll keep moving like we have been. We're going to add in a little bit. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog and into high crescent lunge. Right foot steps up, stay on the left toes. David, come on up here for a second. David, you hear me? You're observing? Come up here. Yeah. So we're in high crescent lunge. Stay up on your toes. See, the back heel is lifted. The back foot is straight. And then I want you to really get that heel up so your toes are bending. Like lift it really, really high. And then bend your left knee and come down kind of low like that floating table. Now a little squeeze in that left glute and draw that left hip a little forward. So you start to feel some length in the front of the left hip. You feel that? Now lean back. Make it even more. There's your psoas, right? And so we feel what's going on in the quadriceps and the psoas. We maintain balance. Cargo lower. More, right? Yep. It's not so much a back bend as a lean. Yep. And then just go ahead and flow. Hands go down to the floor. Yep. Step back lightly. Lower slowly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So in this down dog, lift your right leg high. Okay. All right, now bend that knee and bring it into the belly. And then take it out wide to the side. Stay in down dog. We didn't come to plank. Stay back in down dog. Knee into the belly and then take it out wide to the side. We're going to make hip circles. So keep the knee bent. Keep the knee really bent and just make big circles with your knee. And you can go in both directions. So you do a few rounds in one direction and a few rounds in the other direction, and then simply put your foot down and say, ah. Good. Left foot steps forward. Stay on the right toes. Come on up for high crescent lunge. Do you have notes? Okay. So you're high on the back toes. Really lift the back heel for me. I know sometimes that feels hard because you're pushing back into the heel, but we have to sort of change the action here. It's not a push back into the heel. It's actually a pulling the leg forward, bending the toes and pulling the heel up over the ball of the foot. So don't push the heel back. Bring the heel up forward like you're in the highest heels you ever wore in your life, right? And then bend that right knee. So the right leg, the right hip are drawing a little bit forward. The tailbone draws down. There's a little squeeze in the right glutes. And then from there, if you're stable, don't back bend. It's not an arch. Just lean back a tiny bit. That's it. Reach the arms high. That's it. If you feel sensation in the right hip, in the front of the right leg, yeah, play with that. Don't take it so seriously. You guys are so serious right now. It's crazy. Yeah, bend the knee. Just kind of like, ooh, what's in there? Ooh, what's in there, right? Lean back. And then put your hands on the earth. It's over. Hands down, step back, lower. Some of you lost your intention there, didn't you? Lower down slow. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So there's a conflict here. I came here to get peace, and I'm miserable right now, right? And so this is how life is. If we have an intention to remain peaceful, even when things get tough or uncomfortable, can we internally still maintain that intention, that mindset? Go ahead and look at your hands. Let's walk. Oh no, hip circles. Left leg goes up. Bend the left knee in toward the belly and then circle the knee. Feel what's going on in your hip. The knee stays bent the whole time. We make sure we circle in both directions. So whichever way you start, just do a couple rounds and then turn it around and go the other way. Yeah, I'm just curious what happens in there. It doesn't move in a perfect circle, does it? And then go ahead and put your foot down. Let's look at our hands and walk forward. Get off the hands. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Good. With a flat back, we'll rise up to standing. Lift the head and chest. Reach your arms up high. And then bring your hands to your heart. All right. Just for fun and because there's a cool breeze, let's do one round of Surya B. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Lifting on the in-breath. We go to plank and lower on the out-breath. Both feet back, take it down slowly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog into warrior one. Right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. We rise on the inhale. Now root down into your feet and see if you can organize your body. The back foot is going to help you direct your body. So you really got to pay attention to your left foot. We use it, we press it back, but then we bring the left side of the body forward. There's the push and the pull. Chest plate forward. Don't be afraid to find the grace in your right knee. Bend it. That's it. And then take a breath, reach up and back. Exhale, let's take our flow. Hands down, step back, lower. Things are starting to get a little juicy. Inhale for cobra, right? We're starting to feel a little better. Exhale, down dog into warrior on the left side. Give everything you've got to this pose. Step forward with your left foot. Ground into both before you rise up. Notice how the feet help to direct your pose, right? The way we organize our bones. It starts with how we build foundation. Let's see if we can get the arch of the back foot to lift a little bit. So we put a little more weight to the pinky edge of the foot. We bring the right side of the body a little more forward and we reach like we mean it. Yeah, we're not like just waiting for something else to happen. We are in it right now. Lift your chest, take a breath, and then exhale, flow. Hands down, step back, and lower nice and slow. Breathe in deeply through your back bend. And then breathe out as you go to downward facing dog. All right. Let's take 2 breaths. Find yourself in your breath. Listen for the texture. And then when you're ready, look forward. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway. Inhale, flat back, chest out. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips, please. Chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center, sit a little lower, and then pick up your right knee to your chest. If you really want to lift the right one, you got to push down into the left one. And then sink the right one down, lift the left. See if you can do that with your chest up, with your head up, with your gaze forward. There you go. I love that, you fixed that. And then plant that left foot down, push into both, come to standing, arms reach. Beautiful. And then the hands come to your heart. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Fold all the way in. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Let's go to plank pose. So now that we're a little bit warmer, it won't feel as shocking. Unplug the right toes, lift the right leg, and pull the right knee to the elbow. Do it with your eyes forward. Give it a good squeeze. And then just step it right back to plank and switch. Left knee comes forward. Use your left foot, otherwise that leg feels heavy. Step back to plank, and then lower down nice and slow. Nicely done. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. One more time. Let's take a little walk to the back of the mat. The hands go to the feet. We do it super light because we're lifted in the pelvis. Feet are hip distance apart. Bend your knees 90 degrees. Reach your arms forward. This is a flat back. The arms reaching forward give you an opportunity to send the hips back a little further. Try to pull the belly up off of your legs. That means you can look at the front edge of your mat instead of looking down and get a little more length. Come on, feel the hips pull back. Sit in your heels, but reach forward to find your balance. That's it. Now push through both feet, sweep the arms high, come on up. Oh, so strong. And then the hands come to heart center. Good, we're gonna stay right there, but lift the right knee, lift it up high. Start to soften your left leg and then cross your right ankle onto your left knee. With your hands in prayer, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna sit back and lean forward. See if you can do that and maintain your balance. Sensation is arising in the piriformis, like in the glutes. You feel stuff happening in your right hip. Go ahead and extend your arms forward if you want to go deeper. Then you can sit back more and lean forward a little bit more. So it's ankle on knee. It's not eagle legs, it's pigeon legs, right? Yeah, that's it. And then we come to standing. Plant your foot back on the ground. Smile, right? It wasn't that bad. It was kind of nice, maybe in a weird sort of way. And then we'll try it the other side. Just pick up the left leg. I mean, attitude is everything. What is your intention? Like, if this is going to throw you off of your game, we have big problems, right? So we're just going to try. Cross the ankle over the knee. See if you can get really clear about why you're here. And just do the work with a good attitude, with diligence and focus. And know that you're not going to achieve everything. You're going to do the best you can. Balance is messy. The practice can be messy. Do you want to go deeper? Reach forward. You know how that works. Hips back, arms reach. That makes the balance. Depends how much sensation you can handle, right? And then we come on up, plant our feet, bring the hands to the heart. Good attitudes, everyone. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Yeah. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. We're going to come through a flow, so walk out to plank and lower down slow. Breathe in gently through the back bend. And then downward facing dog. All right, right foot steps up, stay on your left toes. We did it before, high crescent lunge. But this time we stay up, and then we turn to the left for warrior two, pivoting the back foot flat. Good. Arms open out like a T. And this pose feels wide open, right? It does. It feels wide open. We're pulling the left hip and the right knee away from each other. And we're slightly pulling the tailbone down. So can you feel that reorganization of the pelvis? Now, once you're there and you're a little more neutral in the pelvis, you might be able to press the right knee a little more toward the pinky toe. Both feet are grounded. Your feet have work to do here. They're pushing down and out into the mat, but your legs are drawing into the hip sockets. Okay, so I want you to feel all of that, and then we're going to pump the warrior. So inhale, arms to the sky, straighten the right leg. Straighten the right leg. And then exhale, bend the right knee and open the arms back up. It's simple. Inhale, arms reach to the sky, straighten the right leg. And then exhale, each time come in a little deeper. Explore those little nuances. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, bend the knee, come in. It's not a reverse. It's pumping. Both arms go up. We stay facing side the whole time. Work in the right hip. Do two more. Each one a little bit better than the one before. A little more intelligence. A little more aware, not exploitation of flexibility. Keep using your left leg and your left foot. All right, we're going to hold. Now reverse your warrior. Even more important to really pay attention to the work in that front hip. The knee is pushing open, the heel is driving down, the belly is lifted up and in. I like what I see. Try not to collapse into your right hip. Move away from the right hip. That's what's happening here. This way. Now look up. All right, return to... Come into triangle pose. Triangle. I lost my mic there for a second. Okay. So in triangle pose, both legs straight. What I really want you to focus on is what's happening around your pelvis. Can you draw the tailbone down and the head, neck, and shoulders back? So there's no back bend here. There is no back bend here. There is neutral spine, tailbone down. Yes. Do you feel a difference? That was an exploitation of flexibility. This is integration. Right? Less is more. All right. Go ahead, wrap your left arm behind your back. Press it into your body so you feel a sense of drawing that shoulder blade into the back. And then pull in the belly and take your right hand to your heart. Head back a little bit for me. Make it a little longer, a little stronger. Ground your feet. If you're not happy here, ask yourself why. Right? And then release your arms. One up, one down, and return to your warrior two. It should be a happy place now. It's familiar. Take a breath. And then on your exhale, take your flow. Both hands to the mat. Step back lightly. Let's lower slowly. Inhale for cobra. Right? Intention. We have another opportunity in the flow. Go ahead, find your way all the way to down dog. To remember that intention, to express it here on this earth. It was just an idea a half an hour ago. Left foot steps up, stay on the right toes. We come on up facing forward, and then we turn open to the right side. And we turn it into warrior two, and we take our time because there's a lot to learn here. There's a lot of little nuances, and each one affects the other. The feet push down and out. The legs kind of draw in, but we don't want to lock down until you're pretty clear about the pelvis being in the right place. So tailbone goes down a little bit, not under, just down. And then we try our best to pull that left knee a little toward the pinky toe. There's a space that you're creating between your left knee and your right hip. And what sometimes happens is we pull the right hip back so much that we start to externally rotate the back leg, but the back leg is actually internally rotating. The back leg turns in slightly. The hip is trying to pull back away from the knee, but that leg is actually neutral in the hip socket. Yeah, and then pump your warrior. Big inhale, arms reach, straighten your legs, and then exhale, come back in. Yep, this is opportunity here for you to see if you actually learned the form. For each time to deepen the form, and it's slow and deliberate. It's not like bouncing, right? We talked about that in teacher training last night. It's slow and it's deliberate. It's transition. How do we get to the warrior two? How do we create that heat? We use the strength on the left glute to open up the left groin. The next time you come in, you hold. And then kind of own all of the things that you have done to create the pose and reverse the warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Enjoy your spine. Enjoy the side waist. Don't lose the strength and the sensation of your left hip. That left knee stays bending. Bend, bend, bend. The knee is over the heel. That's it. It even moves toward the pinky toe. And the back leg doesn't collapse here. Lift the arch of the foot. Lift the inner knee. Lift the inner ankle. Yes, there's strong support on the back leg. Let them shake. Let all of that stuff get out of you. And then return to warrior two. Left leg straight, triangle pose. Not so soon, right? We want out. We want it to be over. Both legs are straight in triangle, at least in Vinyasa form. I know in other forms of yoga, the triangle has a bent knee, but not here. We want to have both legs straight. Our triangles all have straight lines. Hand goes here, palm. That's it. Tailbone draws down. And so we're trying to create space. The hand does not go to the floor. The hand is on the shin. Don't let it float. You need to root down so you can rise up, right? Pull this back and this forward. Yes. We're going to wrap the arm behind the back. Right arm is in a half bind. Left hand goes to the heart. Because you can. Not because you have to. But because right here, you are developing your strength, your core strength, the support around your spine, the energy around your central channel, the roots under your feet. Exalt your arms, let it go, and come back up to warrior two. Good. Take a nice deep breath and then take your flow. Your way. You can add something, you can skip something. We're all going to end up in down dog. Make sure you're breathing. And in all levels practice, you have to leave room for yourself to do what you need to do. You can take a knee. You can add double push-ups, right? And we all meet ourselves where we are. Nothing to prove, just a really good, pure, honest experience in our bodies. And so here we are in downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Good. And then go ahead and step your right foot forward. Put your left knee down on the mat. Call that lizard lunge. And then if you would, just start to walk your hands forward. Both hands are on the inside of your knee. And you're just going to walk your hands a little bit forward. Try not to drop on the elbows, right? I want you to have to hold yourself. Walk the hands forward. Remember your active arms that you had in that very first child's pose? How far can you walk your hands out and still hold and support yourself? I think you can go pretty far. You can go off the mat. Some of you are bendy, right? Some of you have reached your threshold. And so we gotta learn where the edge is. We gotta actually breathe and pay attention that we're not crossing the line. While you're here, can you squeeze your right knee in toward your shoulder? Squeeze the right knee in toward the shoulder. Are you breathing? Some of you are losing your intention. Yeah. In the longer holds is where you actually get to double down. Take 2 more breaths. Squeeze that knee in toward the shoulder. Right knee into the body. Big toe pressing. And then start to walk your hands back. The hands are right inside the foot. Let's dial. Keep the right heel where it is, but dial and turn the toes out about 45 degrees, and then roll on your pinky edge of your foot and let your knee drop open. Totally different experience here. Start to lift up on your fingertips, lift the chest, get a little taller. No, a totally different experience here. And now we're going to add a twist. Put the right hand on the right knee and turn toward the right. Keep the left hip down. So you want to bend your knees, move your hips forward. Move your hips forward. Yeah, that's a happier place, especially for your knee. All right, so enjoy what is coming up for you here. It can be the left hip flexor, it can be the right hip opening, it can be the spinal twist, it can be all of the things. It could be that your left arm is fatiguing. If that's the case, don't lean into it. Push down to rise up. Yeah, create that use of gravity instead of like surrender to it. Catherine Ali, bend that front knee more. Bring your hips forward and down. Yeah, come hips down. Yes, now twist. Better? Yeah. Good. Eyes go down, hand comes down. Let's take a 1-leg down dog. Tuck the left toes, float the right leg in the air, and celebrate. Just say it. Whatever that sound is. Yeah. Now, lift the right leg a little bit higher. We're not going to flip the dog. We're going to actually point the toes on the right foot, and with a straight leg right, reach it as far over to the left as you can. Stack one hip on top of the other. Start opening the hip up. Stack the right hip on top of the left. Go ahead, open it up. Open it up, open it up. Now, all the way back. Straight knee. Reach with your toes. Push from the right hand, reach with the right toes. Lengthen that body. And then we're going to step the right foot forward and bring it into pigeon. Of course, pigeon can be done on your back. Most of you got it. I don't see anyone still trying to figure it out. The one thing that I want you to be careful of is make sure that that right knee is not in the center of your mat. The right knee is to the right. It's in front of your right hip, and the left foot is a little bit forward. The right foot, what am I saying? It's on the left side. Right? Bring the right foot a little bit forward. This foot is going here. So you gotta keep your knee to the right in order to get that to happen. There you go. Feel free to drop into your elbows. Try to center your weight so you're not leaning heavy into your right hip. And then root down really strongly through your elbows and let your hips rock a little bit gently side to side. It's not a bounce, right? It's a intentional curiosity about what's happening in your hips. I find sometimes when I lean a little to one side or the other that there's actually something in there that needs a little bit more attention, a little bit more pressure. And if I always go to the same spot, I'm never going to get to touch those other parts of the musculature. There's 3 layers of glutes there. There's piriformis there. There's so much going on there. And so get curious. Be in your body. Let yourself feel. And then once you find that place, see if you can just settle into it. Maybe come off the elbows and lay yourself flat. If your knee or your hips are really objecting to this, flip over onto your back and cross the right ankle onto the left knee and hug it into your body. Yeah, you can totally do this on your back. There's nothing wrong with it. Lay down on your back, cross your right ankle on your left knee. Right ankle, left knee. Bend both knees. Bend both knees, yep. I'm helping you guys over here on the lawn. Yep, cross the ankle onto the knee and then lift the left leg and hug it in. And there you go, you're in the same position. All right. All right. 2 more breaths. Soften a little. And then on an inhale, start to walk your hands back in. Tuck your left toes and step your right foot back into down dog. You can make a sound if you need to. Paddle your feet, get your feet back on the ground, lift your hips high, let your head hang low, and breathe. Right now in this humble moment, remember your intention. Are you in this moment being an expression of what you came here for? Right? It was Gandhi that said, we must be the change we wish to see in the world. Right? Go ahead and step your left foot forward, put your right knee down. Remember that lizard lunge? It felt like a long time ago. It's not pigeon yet, yeah? We get ahead of ourselves sometimes. And then we kind of bend into that left knee, we let the right hip drop, and we start walking the hands forward. We need the support of the hands and the arms. This is not a dump into the elbows moment. Our arms are strong. Yeah, our core is engaged. Our legs are holding into the hip sockets. No exploiting flexibility here. You could just like dump it all out onto the mat right here, but I don't want you to because your connective tissue is tender. It's sensitive. And it doesn't like to be pulled on. And so we need to protect the joint structures by using our muscles. So we have support around the joints. As we get flexible, we also get out as far forward as possible. We'll take a couple of breaths there and just explore what that feels like to have to stretch the hips but also support with the core. And then take your time and walk your hands back. Once your hands are in line with the left foot, keep the left heel where it is, but turn the toes out, and then roll on the pinky toe edge of your foot. Let that knee drop open. Oh, new sensation for sure, but don't back up. You got to keep the left knee bent so the right hip is close to the ground. Yep, and then we maybe twist open to the left side. All the way down. Yeah. Yeah, totally different, right? Gentle twist. Breathe deep. And remind yourself here, ask yourself here, am I being an expression of that intention? Like, can I actually be what I want to be? Can I feel the way I want to feel? Can I create that for myself? Sometimes the things on the mat are easy, sometimes they're challenging. It's just like life. Eyes go down, hand goes down. Let's tuck the right toes. Lift that left leg into one leg down dog. Lift it high. So high that the left hip stacks on top of the right hip. And then make that left leg as straight as you can and just pull it back and over to the right side. So you got to do that with the left hip high in the air. Stack it up on top of the other one. So you're reaching up and back. Push through the left hand to ground you. Reach through the left toes to make more space and length. And then come into your pigeon on the left side. Left foot steps up. It moves to the right. We drop down onto the shin. And we make sure we didn't put the knee in the middle of the mat. We keep the shin across the mat. Left knee in front of left hip. If any body part says no to that, you get on your back and you do it with your left ankle crossing your right knee and you pull it into the belly. Let's get on our elbows. Ground into the elbows so that you're stable, and then lean a little bit left and right and feel what's happening in your hips. Keep the elbows grounded so you have some sense of integration in your body and you can isolate the movement in the pelvis. Lateral movement is going to give you slightly different sensations. And we don't want to bounce, we want to explore curiously. And if we find something that feels necessary, that feels important and not dangerous, then we stay. And maybe we lean into it just a little bit, because a lot of things could be stored in that tissue. This second chakra is all about the relationships you have with others. Can you imagine how many feelings you have about your relationships with others? Co-workers, intimate partners, friendships. Even strangers you don't know that may not be of the same political beliefs as you, right? We store all kinds of feelings about others right here. Let's see if we can let them go. Let's see if we can just let them discharge from the body so we don't have to carry that anymore. Soften in. Even if it feels vulnerable or scary, just see if you can just soften in. Don't grip or hold or fight. This is a tremendous opportunity for healing. Make sure you're breathing. We're going to take 2 more breaths. You can do anything for 2 breaths. And you slowly, on an inhale, start to walk your hands back in. Feel the weight on your hands. Tuck your right toes and step your left foot back to down dog. Both feet on the mat. We paddle the feet. We move through the toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips. Just put it on the ground and walk it out. Walking in place. It's amazing how just the bending of the toes, the ankles, the knees, and actually letting the hips move with that walking in place actually moves some of that through you. Take your last breath here, and then shift into a plank. This is our last flow. Lower down, nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a really long, deep inhale, and then open your mouth, make a sound on the exhale. And then find your way into a seated position. Simple cross legs. It might feel different than the first simple cross legs that we did earlier. And I'll make it feel a little different by just inviting you to see what it feels like to switch which leg is in front. We don't often do that, but yoga is all about balance, and we are trying to break habitual patterns. So even just for this moment that we sit in stillness, how does that feel to switch legs? And you want to do something funny, go ahead and cross your arms. Like, you know how we cross arms in front of our chest? Now try to switch which one's on top. I used to think that was weird, but now it's the same for me on either side because I do it all the time. How weird is that, yeah? Some of you think you switched and you went right back to the same. Yeah. Just something to think about. And then put your left hand on your heart. Ground your right hand on your leg or the ground. Take a moment and remember why you're here. See if you're any closer to being that. I think we all mistake this thing that happens in the park as something that we do instead of remembering that it's something that we are. The poses are something that we do, and they are a mental exercise for us to become present in the moment, doing what we're doing as we do it. But our attitude and our mindset, the way we are when we do it, is what's really happening here. And Here we sit in the stillness as the world continues moving. Remember this moment the next time your life feels like you're on a speeding train and you have this urge to get off at the next station. Know that you can. Pull yourself out of the flow and just sit still with your breath. The world will keep going. Feels nice to let them be crazy and fast and move, and while we get to be here still and quiet for a moment. And then go ahead and just take one more breath here, as if to say, like, I am here, I am ready, I'm aware. Exhale it all out, and then lay yourself down on your back. Do it slow so you get a little core work, so you don't waste a moment. Make the transition purposeful. Lay down slowly. Pull both knees into the belly. And then lift your head, neck, and shoulders and look up toward your knees. And then extend both arms out past your legs. So we're going to do it on our back. Squeeze tight. Head, neck, and shoulders come up. Knees to the chest. Chest to the knees. Knees to the chest to the knees. No hands. Reach forward. Don't lose your patience here. Let it burn a little bit. Pull the belly into the spine. Squeeze just a little bit tighter. And then place your feet down. Turn the soles of your feet in toward each other. Let the knees drop open. And let your arms come down by your sides. Soften. Soften the belly. Like literally move all of the organs in the abdominal cavity and the pelvic cavity when you breathe. Another clearing breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then move your arms out like a T and draw your knees up and into your belly. We'll take a spinal twist to the right, letting both legs go to the right side as you turn your head and look to the left. And then again, we soften just a little more. Bring your head to center, bring your legs up and over to the other side. That's it. The arms are open wide, the breath is flowing free. Enjoy a clearing breath, coming in through the nose, filling up, filling up, filling up, and then express it out through the mouth. Bring yourself back to the center, and lay yourself out for your final resting pose. Our sacred rest, our surrender into stillness. Purely out of respect for everybody here, I just want you to know that I normally end on time, and it is 10 o'clock, but I'd like you to be able to have another minute or two of Shavasana. But if you do have somewhere that you have to be, or something that you have to do, And if you have to, quietly roll your mat up and go. If you have that extra minute or two just to linger a little longer, to see if you can grant yourself that. Begin our awakening. Maybe it starts with the breath, it starts with a little bit of movement. And in your own way and in your own time, go ahead and bring yourself up to seated. Okay? Yeah? Okay, clapping's good. That's a clap for you. That is an acknowledgement of yourself for showing up, for doing the work, for the way you feel right now in this moment. Let's all come together and create the beautiful and sacred sound of Om to close the practice. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Feel what happens when you take a deep breath. You breathe in, and your lungs fill up and your rib cage spreads. Go ahead, do that for me. Just take a deep breath and let the rib cage lift and spread. Can you feel that? I want you to hold the frame of the rib cage like that. So when you Om, you have a resonant chamber in you where the sound can live. So you're not pushing it out of your body. You're not going Om. You're going Om. Like savoring the sound and the vibration in your own body, yeah? So take a deep breath in, lift and open the rib cage, hold the frame, and then Om Shanti 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 Hi. Om Peace Peace Perfect Peace. Lokha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all, so that we may all know peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste, my friends. Namaste.